got one semester at the University of Michigan under my belt. I just need an excuse to start posting on here again, so I'm gonna start doing tier list Tuesdays. So today we're gonna be doing a NFL quarterbacks tier list for the 2022 to 23 season. This is just gonna be based on what I've seen so far. Who knows, maybe in the playoffs some of these guys will go up or down, but it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna be looking at these guys' season and we're gonna pick based off of that. Without further ado, we'll start with the man, the myth, the legend, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a B-tier quarterback. He's a B-tier quarterback because he's not all that great, but he wasn't expected to do anything at all. So him coming in and playing like he is just really, really good for the 49ers. And I think that they can potentially win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy as their quarterback. So B-tier is where this bro goes. Next up, we have Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is also going to be a B-tier quarterback for the season. I'm not saying that Justin Herbert is not better than Brock Purdy, but this year, he's not really playing like it. And we can look at this by the success of their teams. I mean, the Chargers just lost to the Jaguars, blew a 17-0 lead in a game where their defense got 5 turnovers. That is crazy. The fact that people want to just praise Justin Herbert and not give him any of the blame for that loss, somewhere along the line it winds up having to fall onto him. He's just not all that great because he can't win games at the end of the day. You want a quarterback that can win you games, and Justin Herbert just isn't doing that. So we're going to have to put Dak Prescott in the C tier. Normally, I would have Dak in a higher spot if this was any other year, but this year is Dak's worst season yet. He has a 23-15 touchdown to interception, which is pretty bad. Justin Herbert, who is in B tier, is 25-10. So I'm just showing you guys how bad Dak's been playing. Success of his team, I would not give credit to Dak for the success of their team, considering that Cooper Rush had just as good, if not better, of a record as quarterback. What was it? I think he was 5-1. Yeah. So Cooper Rush wound up going 5-1. He was 5-0, and then they played the Eagles and went 5-1. Yeah. So Cooper Rush literally won more games than Dak did. He didn't win. Well, wait. He's 16-35 or 15-3. Cooper Rush has a much better ratio than Dak does. So I'm not saying that's Cooper Rush that did it or Dak that did it, but I'm saying that the Cowboys are a good enough team that a mediocre quarterback can do just as good as someone like Dak. And I think that is a true testament to how bad Dak's been playing this season, because if Cooper Rush can have more success than Dak can, that just looks bad on Dak's part. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Daniel Jones in the C tier. So Daniel Jones has been a very mediocre quarterback, so that's just kind of where he belongs. Again, I think Dak Prescott is much better than Daniel Jones, but just not this year. It just wasn't Dak's year. Marcus Mariota. I forgot that this dude was even the starter for the Falcons. That's how irrelevant the Falcons are. Marcus Mariota stats. Okay, so this dude doesn't have one game where he passed for more than 300 yards. Marcus Mariota is gonna get the F tier for me. I have nothing good to say about him, really. I don't think he's like Marcus Mariota bad, you know? He has one game where he's passed for 300, so he has decent games. But he has Jameis Winston games. It looks like 4 touchdowns, 360 yards, but 3 interceptions, 18-9. So at least the ratio is 2. I'm going to go ahead and give Andy Dalton the D tier. I think Andy Dalton is better than Marcus Mariota for sure. Next up, we got Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, I don't know how he's been playing, really. I remember him just being really bad. 7 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So you've been playing like crap. You've been playing very bad. Kenny Pickett, he's a rookie. I want to cut him some slack. With that being said, he's just not playing good enough to even earn the D tier. he's on the same level as Marcus Mariota. Like, this man wishes he was Andy Dalton. Kenny Pickett, F-tier quarterback for now. He could obviously improve. He's a rookie. Give him some time, you know. Eventually, maybe he'll be average, but I don't see nothing special in this dude. Next up, we got Aaron Rodgers, the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Rodgers. How's Aaron been playing? 300-yard games. I just want to show you guys something real quick. Aaron Rodgers, all year, not one 300-yard game from the man. He's got a good touchdown to interception ratio. It's decent, you know. However, like, look at some of these. Look at the fall from recent years. This is his worst passer rating since 2006. His worst passer rating since the second year of his career. I'm going to go ahead and put Aaron Rodgers B tier with Justin Herbert and Brock Purdy, just because I feel like his team has been worse this year. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I'm putting him C tier this year. He was playing very washed this year. I think he's going to retire personally, so Aaron Rodgers, C tier from me. Next up, we got Derek Carr. Derek Carr, 53.3, 174. I might get hate for this. I don't know. I'm putting Derek Carr C tier. This is because even though he had the worst season that he's had in a while, it's been like 4 years since he's gone under 4,000 yards in a season. He didn't even get to finish out this season. I think he kind of got the bad end of the stick in Las Vegas. Most of y'all would probably have him in D tier, but most of y'all probably would have had him C tier last year and the year before. Last year and the year before, I would have had him B tier. I think Derek Carr is a good quarterback. I think he's going to do great with another team. Maybe Miami. Maybe he comes to Miami. Just saying, like, if Tua gets a concussion, like, viable backup option for Miami. Actually, they should totally do that, because I definitely think Miami's going to keep Tua, but Tua is obviously way too injury prone. A very good backup option, if no one offers Derek Carr anything, would be for him to go to Miami and play under Tua. And then you'd probably get a lot of playing time, because Tua's probably going to be banged up for half the year anyways. Imagine if Derek Carr has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle at his disposal. I think that Derek Carr is a very good option. Although Skyler did not play too bad. All right. Next up, we got Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson this season's getting the B tier from me. All right. It didn't end like how he wanted it to, obviously. He didn't get to play with the Ravens at the end. He's obviously leaving. He's disgruntled with his He's disgruntled with his franchise. And I personally believe that he is going to leave. And I also think that there's a chance that he could come to Miami. That would be awesome if Lamar Jackson came to Miami, but I doubt it's going to happen. But, like, at the same time, it could happen. If it happened, I'd be very happy. Just saying. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson gets to be in the same tier as Justin Herbert and Brock Purdy because of his elite self not having the elite season that he usually does. Next up, we got Kyler Murray. Kyler. Kyler was a C-tier quarterback this season. He had a couple good games, but he might have been focused on playing Call of Duty a little bit too much. I think that bro definitely could have had a better season if he just get his head in the game. Maybe if he was 6 inches taller, he could see over his line. I just feel like the Cardinals season this year was just a waste. They lost way too many games, in my opinion. However, he did not get D-Hop back until like week 7. And he got injured right after he got D-Hop back. So they rarely got to play with all of their weapons. So we really didn't get to see the full potential of this team. Kyler Murray gets the average C tier. Jalen Hurts. Yup. I just did that. Let's look at some Jalen Hurts stats. Jalen Hurts, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a very good ratio that we have right here. Let's just look at some more things. His team's winning, and that is in large part thanks to him. He's a great rusher, great thrower, 315, 380, 340, 333, you know, and in some of these 200-yard games, like, he still be throwing for 4 touchdowns when it's only 285 yards. So dude is having himself a year. And for that reason, I think bro's in the MVP race, if I'm not wrong. Right? Patrick Mahomes is number 1. Josh Allen should not be front runner. I hate to say it, but no. Jalen Hurts number 2, Joe Burrow number 3, Josh Allen number 4. Tua is still number 5. That makes no sense. Okay, but that's besides the point. Jalen Hurts is literally number 2. Bro's having an astounding year. That's all that I've been trying to say. S tier quarterback for me. Just saying. Tom Brady. Now, a lot of y'all might be saying Tom Brady has not been having a good year this year. But I just want to show you, like, Tom Brady, 385 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good. 351 yards and a touchdown. 325. 432 and 3 touchdowns. Like, Tom Brady is not washed like they say he is. He might not be the same Tom Brady as 10 years ago, but he's obviously still that dude. And for those reasons, Tom Brady gets to go in the B tier. All right, he's not great, but he's not Aaron Rodgers bad. He's just a little bit washed, but not washed in a bad way. Like, he's just getting a little, like, you can just tell he's getting that age where his knees are starting to hurt a little bit more, you know? Deshaun Watson, you are a D tier quarterback. Listen. All right? Deshaun Watson's a D tier quarterback. Now, hear me out. This dude was out until week 13 or week 14. I'm not sure if it was 13 or 14. He comes back and he's rusty. It's going to take him some time to wear off that rust. He's had 1 or 2 good games, I think. Deshaun Watson stats. Deshaun Watson, since he's been back, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He hasn't had a game yet where he's passed. Yeah, so look, we're looking at this guy. Bro, you use a D tier. Use almost a F tier. He's almost, like, if there's an E tier, Deshaun Watson's in it, like, right there. But Deshaun Watson, we know that this man is valuable. We know that this dude will get better. And we know that this dude will eventually shake the rust off. It just might take him some time because he hasn't played for 3 whole years. Deshaun Watson's a D tier quarterback. I'm just going to say that. But I got a solution, all right? I know how to get this dude to shake off the rust. To the Browns GM, give Deshaun Watson a contract with an incentive that says that for every win, he gets 1 free massage. This man will win you every single game and the Super Bowl. Next up, we got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, you're D tier. Oh my God, bro. Do I have to say anything? It's Matt Ryan, bro. Let's look at this dude's stats. Matt Ryan used to be him. Like, he used to be good. He has 1 good game. He's got a 14 to 13 ratio. So basically, as many touchdowns as he gets, he's also getting picks. This dude has 1 good game. 2 good games. Scratch it. I'll give him 2 good games. 3 good games. Never mind. He got 3 good games. That's it. No more good games. 3 good games. 3 good games. 14, yeah, like, that's so bad. And look, dude is just like, he's dying. Like, not dying, but like, his career is dying. This is his worst season. The worst season that he's had since 2009. That's crazy. So, if we look at that, and we look at the fact that he's on the Colts, he's having a Phillip Rivers year, Maybe he retires after this year. He's literally pulling a Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers was on the Colts for a year too before he retired. That's where he goes. Mahomes, S tier. Do I have to say anything? Do I have to talk about Mahomes? I don't think I have to. Kansas City Chiefs. We thought he couldn't do it without Tyreek Hill. We thought he couldn't do it without Tyreek Hill. We thought he was going to get exposed. Bro did not get exposed. Bro exposed how good he was. Bro exposed that he can still carry the Chiefs along with some help from his running backs and from Kelsey and all of them. He can still keep his team at an elite level. And I believe wholeheartedly that it'll be the Chiefs versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Now, I think the 49ers take that dub, but the Chiefs will make it there thanks to this Mahomes guy right here. I'm assuming Mahomes will win the MVP. I really don't want him to, but I guarantee he will. So, I mean, he deserves it. The reason I don't want him to is just because I think dude won last year. Dude's always at the top of the league. Someone else can do it for a change, you know? But it's whatever. Like, Mahomes, if he wins, he deserves it. I can't really argue with it. Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty. Joe Burrow is the definition of an A-tier quarterback. Dude's had a pretty good year. I don't know if dude's year this year is as good as it was last year when he took the Bengals, you know, all the way through the playoffs to the Super Bowl. But, I mean, they won a playoff game already against the Ravens. Yeah, I think Joe Burrow is an A-tier quarterback. I don't really have much to say about that. I just think that he's better than these four, worse than these two, which puts him right in that middle tier. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, bro, you got Joe Flacco starting over you now. There's nothing you can say. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're piping moms or not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're pulling moms. Doesn't matter if you pulled Joe Flacco's mom. Is Joe Flacco's mom even alive? How old is Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco's 38, so his mom very well could still be alive. And if she's still alive, I'm sure Zach Wilson is like trying his best to pull her, because that's all that bro can do now, because Joe Flacco stole his job. And Joe Flacco's 38, and he's on his way to retirement, but I mean, not yet, because clearly he's doing better than Zach Wilson. So once the Jets get a quarterback, I mean, they'll be good. They'll be true contenders, which is crazy to say because it's the New York Jets, but like, that's how it is. That's how it's going to be. All right, so next up we got Davis Mills. Davis Mills is a D-tier quarterback. Better than Marcus Mariota. Better than this dude. Better than this dude. I don't want to say. I know their names. I don't want to say their names, all right? I know it's Kenny Pickett and Zach Wilson, but it's whatever. They're better than these three. They're worse than these five. That's where he belongs, all right? The Texans win no games. They suck. They're terrible. Davis Mills isn't the worst part of the Texans, but he is pretty bad, so he goes in the D tier. Tua the GOAT Tagovailoa.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. I'm not kidding no more. That's where he goes. If you don't think that's where he goes, then just like leave. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, or comment below why he doesn't go there. Okay? You can tell me. I want to show you guys some Tua stats, all right? To prove, I honestly would put, if there was a tier in between these two, I would probably put Tua, Tom Brady, and Lamar in that tier. All right? Because I think Tua is better than Herbert. I'm not going to lie. I can argue that. I could make a whole separate video about why Tua is better than Herbert. So if y'all want me to do that, just comment below. Or if y'all don't want me to do that, just comment below. Yeah, just I'll look at him. I'll talk to y'all. Whatever. Tua could very well have been up here if bro just was able to not get hurt. I don't know why this dude can't go 3 games without sustaining an injury of some sort. Bro gets concussed in the Bills game. Then bro gets almost killed in the Bengals game. which they still made them play. Crazy enough. I mean, Tua had a life-threatening injury, got taken to the hospital ambulance, much like Damar Hamlin, dare I say. But they made the Dolphins finish that game out against the Bengals, which is kind of screwed up. And while we're on the subject, why does every single big injury happen on the Bengals field? I mean, we got Burfict's hit on Antonio Brown. We got Tua's injury where he's throwing up gang signs. And now we got Damar Hamlin's injury. Like, what's up, Bengals? Why? Why are y'all just such a dirty team? That's besides the point. I don't blame T. Higgins for what happened, but I'm off track. Tua, I just want to show you guys some stuff about Tua, but we're gonna put him B tier. God, we're gonna put Tua B tier, and I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, this is gonna show every game that he participated in, but we're gonna look at every game that he started and finished. All right. Ain't no way this is dude's real name. No way his full name is Tua. Whoa. I can't say Tua's full name, bro. Bro. Did we know this? I can't say Tua's full name. That's crazy. Tua Blanca Pola. That's crazy. Like, what does that even mean? What does that mean? Stand to be echoed. Manuele Pola refers to island bird that sings and awakens people for prayer. People are praying for Tua for sure. But anyways, that's off track. All right, so back to what we were doing. Tua Tagovailoa. These are all games that he participated in. We're only going to be looking at the games that he started and finished. So we have Patriots game, started and finished, win, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, doesn't count, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, and then he gets hurt. When did he get hurt? He got hurt in this game. Okay, 8-0, 8-1, 8-2, 8-3. All right. This game I don't really have much of an excuse for. Bro threw 2 picks. It was a bad game. Chargers game. This was Tua's bad game of the year. He played really bad. This was just a really bad game. So we got 3 losses right here. This game Tua played good. Dolphins lost this game by like 1 game-winning field goal for the Bills. Very good game, hardly fought. It just started snowing in the 4th quarter and the Dolphins kind of fell apart because they're not used to that. And then Packers, Dolphins were winning. I don't want to count this game as a loss because Tua got hurt, but we're going to call him 8-4 as a starter this year. 8-4 as a starter because he got hurt in this game. Did he go out in this game? Did he finish this game out? Yeah. This Packers game, I really don't want to count, but I will. So here's what happened in this game. Tua, okay? Tua Tagovailoa in this Packers game. Tua had a very good first half. He had like 200 yards passing and a touchdown. Pretty good first half. No interceptions. The last play before halftime, Tua got a concussion. Of course he gets a concussion. The third one technically, but apparently it's only 2. But I think that it's 3 because I think he got concussed against the Bills as well. He's concussed, comes back out all concussed, and throws 3 picks because instead of seeing 1 Jalen Waddle running wide open for the ball, he sees 3 Jalen Waddles running wide open for the ball because he's concussed and he can't see anything and his brain's all messed up. So he throws 3 picks. even with those 3 picks, those 3 atrocious picks, and everyone calling him Tua turn the ball over again. 25 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. All right. Let's look at Justin Herbert, who everyone says is better than Tua. Justin Herbert stats. He has the same amount of touchdowns, but 2 more interceptions. And I'm not even going to mention that the numbers could be skewed touchdown-wise. I mean, interception-wise too a little bit. But touchdown-wise, he should have less touchdowns. Because look at all the games that he's played compared to Tua. Just saying. When Tua's healthy, he's a better quarterback. But right now, I would also probably rather have Herbert because Herbert doesn't get hurt every 2 seconds. But I'm just saying, from that standpoint, Tua was playing when he was healthy like an A tier or even S tier at some points quarterback. But because of his injuries, his season sits at a B tier. Obviously did way better than last year, proved a lot of haters wrong. But the real question is, can this dude stay healthy? If we can get him to stay healthy, then they're good. They're golden. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Next up, we got Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, I'm sorry. He played kind of like a C tier on the Rams, but everyone else sees a D tier. So Baker, you get the D tier for me. Baker, you get the D tier for me. You're just not a very good quarterback. Sorry, bro. I'm putting Geno Smith in the B tier along with all these guys. He had a pretty good year for him, probably a lot better than everyone else kind of expected him to do. It wasn't a great, amazing year, but it wasn't a terrible year or a bad year, and it wasn't average. It was an above average year for a quarterback that we all thought would be in the D tier. So B tier for Geno. Bro should be happy about it. He's good. All right, next up, we got Taylor Heinecke. I don't even really want to talk about Taylor Heinecke, so bro's going to go in the D tier. He's just very, very bad. He's not terrible. He's just bad. His team can still win games, so he's not, losing his team games over and over again. But then again, he's not good. Next up, we got Sam Darnold. You're a F tier, buddy. Sam Darnold just sucks. All right, next up, we got Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is going to go in the C tier. Again, not much to say about this guy. He was obviously better last year when he had better weapons, but now that A.J. Brown's gone, he's just been playing very, very mediocre. Bro's a C tier quarterback. All right, next up, we got Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to go in the C tier. Bro shows some immense flashes of potential this year that I liked. I think that Justin Fields will eventually be a B tier, A tier quarterback if he keeps things up, keeps things going the right way, and learns how to pass the ball a little bit better. Once he gets those down and gets more experience under his belt, he has potential to be very, very good. But he's also an Ohio State quarterback, and Ohio State quarterbacks have never been very good. So, I don't know. But Justin Fields could be the first. You never know. So, with that being said, his team has been very bad this year. He's been good, but he hasn't been good enough to, make his team good. He hasn't been good enough to make his team good. So, we're going to go ahead and leave Justin Fields in the C tier for this year. However, in the coming years, he could get better. Next up, we got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going to go in the B tier for me this year. All right, so Trevor Lawrence is going to go in the B tier. He's had a very good year this year compared to last year. I saw lots of improvement, and I think that he's going to make the Jaguars a very good team eventually as, they build around him, if they build around him the right way. He's obviously making them a better team right now. They just beat Justin Herbert and the Chargers, and they looked to be pretty good in that game after being absolutely terrible in the first half. Once they learn to play a full game of good football, they'll be a good team. All right, next up, we got Jared Goff. Honestly, I'm going to put Jared Goff in the B tier of quarterbacks. I think that Jared Goff is a good quarterback. I think he gets a bad rap because he's on the Lions, and the Lions are just atrocious. But I think that Jared Goff is a big reason as to why the Lions were even competing towards the end. So that is why he gets the B tier. Next up, we got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to get a B tier from me. I think that he is a very night and day quarterback. He either plays absolutely amazing or absolutely terrible. And he's been playing pretty good this year. And he kind of and the Vikings did pretty good this year, even though they wound up selling in the first round of the playoffs. But they did pretty good, and Kirk leads the offense. And I think that Kirk outperformed his expectations this season, so I'm going to give him B. Josh Allen. Y'all are going to get mad at me for this. Josh Allen is an A-tier quarterback. He's not an S-tier quarterback, and I will stand by that until the day that I die. I want to show you guys a couple of issues that come to play with Josh Allen. First off, Josh Allen turns the ball over like crazy. He has thrown games just by turning the ball over. The reason that the Dolphins were even in the game yesterday, which I'm filming this on Monday night, the reason the Dolphins were even in that playoff game against the Bills is because he threw 2 interceptions and he fumbled, which led to a touchdown on the other end. If the Dolphins had their second string quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, in the game, or their first string quarterback, Tua, in the game, they would have absolutely beat the Bills yesterday. But they didn't. You got bailed out, Josh Allen. You get bailed out a lot. But I'm just going to give you guys another example on Josh Allen not being an S-tier quarterback. Let's look at that game against the Vikings, where Josh Allen fumbled in the end zone and gave the Vikings a touchdown to tie the game and then lose in overtime. S-tier quarterbacks do not make these mistakes. And for that reason, Josh Allen, though he is very talented, is an A-tier quarterback. He is very, very talented. That's why he's in the A-tier. He is very talented, however, and if he can learn to clean up his game, he may even become the best quarterback in the league. So, with all that being said, Josh Allen's an A-tier quarterback. Last but not least, we have Mac Jones. Whoever thinks that Mac Jones is special as a quarterback is just kind of dumb, in my opinion. Mac Jones is a C-tier quarterback. He's on the downward trend of the C-tier. You know, I don't see much potential in Mac Jones versus when I look at someone like Justin Fields. I think that Mac Jones and Daniel Jones are probably on the same level. But if there was like another level in between C and D, Mac Jones goes on it. Daniel Jones goes on it. Derek Carr probably goes on it. But yeah, Mac Jones is just a C-tier quarterback, and that's that. When did this get up here? I don't know. I don't know when it got up there, but it's whatever. So at the end of the day, that's how it's going to be. All right, guys, so this is my tier list for NFL quarterbacks for the 2022 to 23 season. With that being said, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more amazing content, and comment your takes on this matter down below. Expect a lot more videos from me in the near future. We're going to have some fun out here at the University of Michigan and maybe at some other colleges too. I can't wait. God bless you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.